So this was the companion film to my second album that I've made. Um, Same title, Descent. Originally, it was always supposed to be the album, and it was supposed to be a music video movie, um, almost like a music video movie type of deal. Similarly to the Kilroy movie by Styx and things like that, where it's little bits of concept and then music videos in between, and it tells a story throughout the whole thing. That was the original idea for this. Eventually, having put it on the shelf and waiting years and years and years to come back to it, I decided to just make it into a film itself, just the concept of just a film, um, not really linked to any like music videos or anything like that, but just the idea and the story told in a film aspect. And I wanted to include a lot of the visual ideas that I had and include it into um, the album and songs and stuff. So Michael, when he is fully sick and has turned and he's looking at himself in the mirror and he doesn't like what he sees, he's struggling seeing himself the way he is in the mirror and angered by what he's seeing. He destroys the mirror and sees his fractured self in it. Um, is from the album Monster in the Mirror. And um, all the little voices you hear in like the dream stages, the nightmare stages in the film, were supposed to be reflective of songs like Panorama of Negativity and things like that. Things that aren't so obvious. When I made the album, I was seeing the images in my head. I was seeing the ideas of the movie in my head of what I wanted to create, and I was making the music to reflect that. Versus making this film to reflect the music, I had the ideas in my head, and I made the album reflecting those visuals. And so, like the last song on the album, he when I was visualizing him crawling through the woods and crawling through everything and struggling and throwing up and being in pain and stuff. It's the worst part of his existence at this point. It's the worst part of his descent and the worst part of his illness. He's crawling through the woods, and the music in the album gets stronger and stronger, more chaotic, and just it starts getting overwhelming and overwhelming. And I wanted that to be reflective of what he was going through in the album itself. Another thing I really wanted to make sure was that we get the visualization of the album cover in this room as much as possible, and that we were able to capture the same things, even so much as trying to recreate the album cover in this room for the movie poster for this film, because I wanted it to be a direct one-to-one comparison. In the album, I wanted to audibly take people on this journey the same way that this film does, where it starts out happy and bright and very pop sounding in the album, and then it just slowly starts increasingly getting darker and darker and darker, in the same way that this film does. So in the album, I wanted to really like bring my ideas and the concept of the visuals into that and really reflect it. And now I'm going back and recreating the visual aspects to reflect the album that came out.